So basically, I call this the homeowner incentive program, where everybody wins, including the homeowners.
A couple things I don't like about this deal is giving power to the people, because no matter what people think their house is worth, it's always worth a little bit less than what they think it's worth in their mind.
I suspect that you put this all together last minute to try and like get on here quick.
So I actually like this deal. The question I need to understand really, really good is this. When do I get my money?
So 4 to 8 months.
He's not taking no for an answer. That's my kind of guy.
Three investors: Ben Mirzan, Matt McKeever, and our guest investor will watch as entrepreneurs present their deals with only one chance to make the pitch. Brought to you by Cashflow Tribe.
Today, I'm asking you investors for $1 million.
You're asking for $1 million. That's a big ask. Right off the bat, that is a huge ask.
Your ask of $1 million doesn't scare me.
I don't know if the numbers are adding up for me, man.
I like the creativity behind the idea of giving us 10% equity in the deals you do, but I think that even that sort of language is a bit convoluted.
I will refuse to invest in someone that refuses to invest in themselves.
I want to talk to you guys about basically the new BRRRR approach in Hamilton.
This is my bread and butter. Duplex conversions were how I made a lot of my start.
I'm sitting here like, show me the money. I want to see the money. And if the money keeps me excited and awake, then I'm like, okay, let's go to the rest of this thing.
I often talk to my team about the difference between like a repeatable business and a magic trick. And this is kind of a magic trick. How many deals like this are we going to come across in Hamilton that are going to fit this model?
So what I'm asking for is an investment of $40,000.
As far as wholesaling experience up until this point, it's zero, right?
How are you going to take advantage of the wholesale market that's already pretty flooded?
I haven't really talked to Matt or anyone about this.
In this scenario, I feel like I may have to put the money in a duffel bag and drop it behind a dumpster.
Selling a dream, I think you can probably do it, but 10% is probably not what's going to get it done.
straight to the point. What we would like to do is to present you with an opportunity to earn over 21% ROI.
Anybody can buy a duplex. It takes a special person to take that duplex and turn it into a business.
Tying up money for 2 years for the sort of upside that we're looking at just doesn't really fit within my personal investing.
Like, let's not be greedy, guys.
There's still a lot of speculation for me, and if I'm going to speculate, I might as well put my money in the stock market.
Okay, just one at a time.
Not necessarily.
Just reflecting back on the last deal that you were attempting to fund there with Matt, where there was absolute no solid asset at all. It was just on the hopes that someone's marketing is going to pay off.
If you would have had one more slide, you'd have lost me.
I'm going to disagree a little bit. I cannot see that happening.
Don't let the pitch make you a little. Come on, man. When you come to the pitch, man, be ready.
This property that we're taking a look at, it's got an ARV of 165, and our comp is extremely solid, double verified by both me as well as a contractor.
I'm honestly lost as to what we would be talking about.
Is that the question, or?
If it doesn't make sense in the first 2 minutes, it's probably not a good deal for me.
What I'm really interested in doing is getting more people into the Sault Ste. Marie market.
No, I'm pretty sure he's looking for 100% financing. You actually brought too much creativity, which is rare for me to say.
Can I respond, or let's say we come in under ARV, which I really don't think we're going to.
A fast nickel beats a slow dime, dude. Hold on. I got the 40, man. I'm actually giving you a better deal. Do you want to take
My question to you, judges, are you willing to invest in me today?
All right, so let's get right into this.
How much money do you actually need here? I don't even know what numbers you need. Like, you didn't bring me a deal.
Had you leaned upon your experience a bit more, that could have helped.
I will be contributing $100,000 in capital towards the purchase of a flip property.
There's three things that I really focus on when I lend: character, capacity, and capital.
This is certainly something we come across all the time.
But without a deal here, man, you're just a nice guy with a hammer.
Today I'm going to pitch you a wholesaling deal.
There's just a lot of unknowns right now for me, so it's very hard to make a good firm offer.
I'm so confident about my deal.
How is somebody supposed to just jump into this and go, this is a great idea?
The fact that there has just been nothing transact in the last 8 months to a year shows a certain illiquidity to that market, right?
I think the biggest thing, guys, if we're having a lesson here, who are you pitching to? I have no desire to go to Pembroke. I can't even spell Pembroke.
Okay, look at this. Who wants to buy this deal?
You are on the clock. 5 minutes. Let's go.
Today, I'm asking you investors for $1 million.
For $100,000.
$146,000. I'm asking for $300,000.
You're asking for $1 million. That's a big ask.
For me, I do have concerns.
I'm a very nice guy until you ask me for money.
You have an opportunity to play a bigger league. That takes guts. It takes balls. You don't ask, you don't get.
I got to know in the next 30 seconds, and I'm not partnering with anybody else on this deal.
Like, you're getting a great deal, in my opinion.
Today, I'm going to go with my gut and choose.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Pitch. I'm excited for tonight. We got our pitchers in the room back waiting here for another epic show. Some of them are a little nervous, but if you guys seen last week's episode of The Pitch, we had some deals going down, and I think I smell some more deals this week. So really excited for today. We have a special guest investor for you guys. This one from outside of Ontario. So getting some special guest investors here for you guys, and we're getting ready for another epic show. So before we get started here, just want to give a big shout out to this amazing community that is growing here with Cashflow Tribe. I've seen this from the kind of infancy when Matt and Ben first met each other and when they created all this. And it's just amazing to see this community growing, this community of people who are looking to do more than just, purchase real estate and buy real estate. They're looking to grow as a person. And there's so much of this personal development, personal growth that I've been seeing going on with Cashflow Tribe members and council members that we just got to give a big shout out to this community that is growing here. So we got the list of some of the recent Cashflow Tribe members. We are currently at 2,895 members. This is absolutely amazing to see and absolutely amazing to be a part of. We're going to give a quick shout out to some of the new people who have joined Cashflow Tribe over the last week here. We have Ahmad, we have Jeffrey, we have Smit, we have Sasha, AJ, Provident, IOC, Pratik, Helen, Joshua, Kaylee, Tash, Laban, Tanya, Andrew, Nicholas, Blaine, Jeff, Wesley, and Elaine. These are some of the new members who are looking to change their lives and use real estate as the avenue to get there, and who are joining this amazing community because all the amazing benefits that are going on with Cashflow Tribe. So if you guys aren't aware, there's many amazing features that the Cashflow Tribe website has for free. You don't even need a premium membership or anything like that to get unlocked some of these amazing features, like their online calculators for real estate investing. These are some of the most robust real estate calculators that you can find out there, and Cashflow Tribe has curated and created these calculators for real estate investors by real estate investors. So what we can do here, if you have a membership to Cashflow Tribe, a free membership, is you can go start new project and you can access all these free online calculators. We have the purchase and closing cost calculator, CMHC calculator, land transfer tax, mortgage, wholesale max allowable offer, wholesale profit, flipping max allowable offer, simple renovation calendar, full renovation calculator, Burr perfect MAO calculator. This is like just that alone, I think, is so amazing. But one of the other features that I love here about Cashflow Tribe and how they're helping other real estate investors here is their group section. So this is a section where you can connect with other like-minded real estate investors in almost any niche in any location. So if you're looking to achieve financial independence and retire early with real estate, there's a group here with over 431 members who are doing that as well here in Canada. If you're looking for private lending and private lenders, 429 members here as well. So Not just that, but they also have it by province and by location. So this is where you guys need to be. If you're a real estate investor or you're looking to get into real estate and you're not on Cashflow Tribe, you're doing something wrong, because this is where everything's going down. We'll take a quick peek into the Ontario Cashflow Tribe Real Estate Investors Group. There's discussions going down every couple days, like within the last week here. Look at all the content. There's deals going down. Deal alert, 8-unit multifamily apartment building under contract. And this is all going down on Cashflow Tribe. So if you guys don't have a Cashflow Tribe membership, you guys need to go check out the link in the description box below and get your free membership today. And we're going to be hanging out in the dugout after the show. That's where I'm hanging out. Peter, the producer, hanging out in the dugout right now. And we're going to be hanging out with Ben, Matt, our secret guest investor for tonight, and the pitchers that are going to be pitching their deals. We're going to be talking about these deals in more depth and discussing how potentially these pitchers could have pitched their deals better. And if you're looking to get into real estate, you should be making offers. If you know what Matt says, like offers, 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 deals, deals, deals. This is how you're going to get deals, is by making offers. And you need to be in the dugout to hear how everything goes down after the deal, after the pitch. So without further ado, we're going to get things going here. We're going to get stuff rolling. And we're going to bring Daniel on to get the show going here. So really appreciate you all. Let's get the pitch started.
Warning. All lenders are professional Canadian real estate investors who invest their own money into these deals. Every pitch is made cold, and every lender will make offers at their own risk. 3 investors. Ben Mirzan, Matt McKeever, and our guest investor will watch as entrepreneurs present their deals with only one chance to make the pitch. Brought to you by Cashflow Tribe.
Knock, 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 knock. Is anybody? Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your man, Daniel Blagrove, coming at you with another episode of The Pitch. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm so excited. I know I say it every week, but it's an opportunity to see more deals potentially take place. If you're brand new, I want to welcome you. This is The Pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe, Canada's #1 real estate investing community. I really implore you to check out the things that Peter, the producer, was saying, because the community is on fire. We're talking deals, we're talking partnerships, we're talking raising capital, we're talking getting in the game on your path to financial freedom. And so if that is of any interest to you, I highly recommend you check out Cashflow Tribe. You just look at the link in the description and all the information will be right there. But listen, if you don't know what The Pitch is all about, The Pitch is all about potential money partners hearing from people just like you for a chance to raise capital for their real estate investments. Now, this is based on deals that they present. It could be based on businesses that they run. But no matter what the pitch is, the opportunity is there for business to get done. And that's exactly what we're going to witness tonight. I got a special guest investor and along with 2 awesome pitchers. I hope you're ready. Last week, we got 2 successful deals done by the one and only Ben Humble. And so I want to see what's going to be happening tonight with 3 people ready to have money to spend, money to lend. We'll see what goes down tonight. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you all are from. I got to get the pulse. I got to understand. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure I'm not talking to myself. Am I still online? You know what I'm saying? And so I got to hear from y'all. But while we're doing that, and like my man David from Vancouver Island, I'm going to bring on our judges. Let's waste no time. Let's just see the dimes. All right. So from the blue corner, with over 70,000 subscribers, he's on the up and up with his YouTube channel, starting and scaling businesses in the real estate space. I got to bring him on, Matt McKeever.
Hey, Daniel. How's it going?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Achieving financial independence and quitting his day job at the age of 31, serial entrepreneur and angel investor Matt McKeever is Canada's leading real estate investor on YouTube. With a portfolio of over 150 units, Matt shares his wisdom with his growing following of over 70,000 subscribers and over 4.5 million views.
Right. All right. So now I gotta go to the blue corner, or excuse me, to the red corner. But before I do, I need to know, where are y'all tuning in from? What's the city? What's the province? Are you even in Canada? Maybe you're international. I would love to know where y'all are from. From the red corner, with money to lend, money to spend, and money to make until the very end, I gotta bring it to you, Mr. Let's Get Ready to Humble, Ben Mirzan.
Yo, it's your boy Ben Humble. We live tonight. Good to be here with everybody. Listen, real quick. Allison was on the show a while ago. We flipped the deal together, made over $100,000 that we joint ventured on. It was amazing. So tonight I'm bringing $1.4 million with me. I'm competitive AF. So I'm giving out $300 tonight to anybody who's on the stream. Come join me at Ben Mearson Facebook page. Let's get it popping, Blagro. Tonight I'm feeling extra hungry. Let's get some deals.
An immigrant from Romania, Ben Mirzan escaped communism and became Southwestern Ontario's largest single-family investor. Ben has done almost 300 deals in Canada, becoming a multimillionaire by the age of 30, and is the CEO of Cashflow Tribe, who has a passion for helping others reach their true potential.
All right. Ben is ready with 1.4 with an M at the end of it. Okay, I will see what's going on tonight, but I want to see from y'all. Let me see in the comments, because I'm really interested to see, is there anybody particularly from Saskatchewan on the call tonight? Because our guest investor hails from that province. Listen, after purchasing his first house, he continued acquiring more properties and fell in love with the aspects of real estate investing. He and his wife built up enough cash for each down payment using their own money up until late 2017. But from that point on, within a year and a half, they had already raised over $1 million worth of investor capital. See, this person has seen and experienced many types of investments, strategies, and his goal now is to teach people how to properly invest their hard-earned money with methods that ensure investor security and risk mitigation as much as possible. I gotta bring him on. His name, the one, the only, Fraser Naibo.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to do some deals.
No, we're excited to have you. I'm sure there's going to be an immense amount of value that you're going to bring to this virtual table. We got Matt and Ben on the call tonight, so I got to hear how are you feeling, Fraser, tonight? I know you've seen some of the show before, but how are you feeling being on tonight?
I'm excited. I love the show. I've watched a couple episodes, and you guys are always putting together good deals and good energy, so I'm just excited to be able to put something into that.
That's right. And so I always love to see this. I want to hear the predictions, guys. Are we getting 2 deals, 1 deal, or no deal? Let me see in the chat. I want to know the prediction. Who's got the money to lend? Who's going to spend it? I need to see if these deals are going to be strong enough tonight. We got some really special pitchers who are going to bring some deals, and it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like tonight. All right. And so before I bring on the first pitcher, I want to get right to business, but I got to hear the prediction. Where are we at with the deals? Daniel LeBlanc says 2 deals. Okay, what else we got? What is the prediction? Because man, I'm telling you, there are deals all across the market. Even though it's super hot, there are deals happening. So the question then is, are any of those deals going to come on tonight? Jose, what's going on, my man? 2 deals. JK says 2 deals. Erica says 1 for sure. Okay. We got
I gotta say something here, though. I mean, I've been going back to back here. I mean, I did 2 deals last week. You know, I gave everybody a chance to get some deals. I don't know if anybody else is doing it. I like guys from the West Coast, but they're too nice. I don't know, man. You're a nice guy. I don't know if nice guys finish first. I heard that nice guys don't do deals. I don't know. I could be wrong, but tonight I'm here to win. So, Fraser, hope you're bringing your pennies with you.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's see these deals.
All right. Well, let's waste no more time, guys. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to bring you the first pitcher. She was born in the Philippines, but moved to Toronto back in 2005. She has worked in the financial industry for over 5 years, doing investment management, anti-money laundering, investigations, and assisted in testing and developing a CRM software for one of the major banks in North America that is now being used all over, such as the Cayman Islands, Boston, New York, Ireland, Toronto, and many other parts, while managing 24 clients with over $1 billion portfolio. So what does this have to do with real estate? Her successful completion of the Real Estate and Mortgage Institute of Canada, with accomplishing that, she's also taking on and continuing to build her income properties, lease options, property and tenant management, infill, and project management. I gotta bring her. Her name is Eve Panagiton.
Hi everyone. So my name is Eve. So I am just nice to meet you guys. I just want to present my deal today, and I was wondering if I just want to talk about the deal.
All right, Eve. I'm gonna let you finish like Kanye once said, but I just want to let everybody know this is our first pitcher. She is coming in from Toronto, originally from the Philippines. So I wanna hear you guys in the comments as she actually makes her pitch. But Eve, for you, you got 5 minutes uninterrupted to go on and do your deal. After which we shall engage. The floor is all yours in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody. So my pitch is in New Brunswick, and I just want to share my screen real quick, and hopefully you guys could see it. I hope it's not killing my time. Is it killing my time? Okay. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties.
No, I think we see something on the screen here. Is this it?
Yes. Okay. So just full disclosure, no warranties or representation are made of any kind. So essentially, I'm looking for funding for a 6-unit property in New Brunswick. It is a 3 one-bedroom units and 3 2-bedroom units, and it's close to the uptown area of New Brunswick. So the strategy that I propose is a BRRRR on this one. And then just quickly about St. John, there's about 5% market appreciation, and there's a lot of kind of tourism in there because of cruise ships always coming by. And I do want to talk about the deal a little bit, but and just to talk about what my ask is. So what I'm looking for is purchase plus renovations and closing costs. So total ask of $441,000 in exchange for 10% interest annually on minimum 2 years plus 20% equity. I'm just going to run over the numbers really quickly, and then hopefully it makes sense. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt. So I did hear a kind of refinance calculator in the event that it gets refinanced at 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So I am looking to purchase it in cash because it is going to be a BRRRR. So the gross revenue of $56,430 in line 2 is what you're looking at with a vacancy, with contingency on 5% the vacancy. And then obviously plus operating expenses. This includes maintenance and property management as well. And then the NOI is obviously gross revenue minus operating expenses. And then the debt service is also calculated based on a 3.5% interest rate and a 25-year amortization. So these numbers are very stressed out, and they can only get better. With the cash flow spitting out obviously a bit lower as you refinance higher because you are servicing more debt. With the initial investment, calculating the cap rate based an inflated cap rate of 7.25% times the NOI, we are looking at an ARV based on cap for around $514,000. So if we are successfully able to refinance for that amount, the bare minimum of 65%, which since this is a sixplex, so it's considered commercial, so it can get refinanced by CMHC up to 85%. That is the best case scenario, but I do want to present the worst case scenario as well. There would be at least $106,000 money left in the deal from the initial investment, and that would bring a total of cash on cash at 65% loan to value with a very stressed out numbers of 25.66%. And it goes up to like crazy percentage because obviously there will be less money left in the deal after refinance. So I just want to say, why would you give me 10% interest? Like obviously you're funding the deal in its entirety, the full purchase price and renovations. It's because there is a lot of kind of interest to be made on the money, including the equity. So in year one, assuming at 65% loan to value, you're looking at a cash on cash of 15.13%, because then there's only $106,000 money left in the deal. And it does get better in terms of refinance, because then the more money that you take out, then you can get into that infinite, cash flow without having no money left in the deal. And so your cash on cash does get better as the higher we refinance. As you can see from this chart, from 65% loan to value to 85% loan to value. These numbers do have a lot of contingencies. This includes $180,000 worth of renovations, which we really don't need. I just stress that number because I don't want to have to go back to the investor later and ask for more funds if more renovation is required. So there is a lot of contingency in that renovation as well as the closing costs. So yeah, that is what my ask is. That is what my deal. It is in New Brunswick, 6plex. So the full idea is to BRRRR the entire building, get that, raise the rents to match that, and cash flow better.
That is phenomenal. Really appreciate this information. So let me just break it down just simply for those who may not have been able to keep up with you. You're looking to BRRRR a 6plex in New Brunswick, all right? And so in a total amount, you're looking for around over $435,000 for an equity partner. And what you're looking for is a purchase plus renovations. In general, is there anything else I'm missing there?
No, just I'm looking for an investor that would give me the purchase plus renovations. And normally it would be 50-50, but I am looking for someone who would just give me the money at a high interest rate, but also with 20% equity until that funds is refinanced out and paid back to the investor, which I think would be really good for the investor in terms of, kind of getting high interest. It's kind of like a private loan, but you get equity at the end. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Ben, for Matt, and for Fraser to dive into this deal? Well, let's get ready because we're about to get right into it.
We will be right back after these words from Cashflow Tribe.
Welcome back, everybody. This is The Pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe, Canada's #1 real estate community. Like Peter mentioned in the beginning, this is an opportunity for you to not only see what negotiations look like, how people present deals to people who have money to invest, but as well, I want to present you the opportunity to hang out with us after the stream where we can dive deeper into the thought process, the understanding of why someone made a deal, why they pulled out, why they're about the relationship over the transaction. There's so many different nuances and pieces of information that can only be done on this stream, but we have the time available in the dugout. All you got to do is grab a free membership, link in the description. Once you click that link and get signed up, you will have access to the dugout. It's a Zoom call where we get to hang out virtually face-to-face where we can continue this conversation. All right, so we have Eve making her pitch. This is a 6plex in New Brunswick. I'm going to start it off with our guest. Fraser, do you have any thoughts, any questions that you wish to ask our lovely pitcher?
Yeah, I have a few questions for sure. Awesome pitch, by the way. That was really good. Very, very detailed. I like it. I have a couple questions on how you're going to BRRRR it. So it works out to about $30,000 a door. What kind of rentals are you going to be putting into it?
So updating electricals throughout and getting baseboard heatings. They are already on separate meters. Just getting the outside looking nice because the outside really looks horrible. And kind of getting the entryway, newer doors, newer kitchens, newer bathrooms. Like just anything that can make it, a little bit like livable. Like it is livable. It's fully tenanted. The current rent roll is very low because of the conditions. But after renovations, like slight renovations, we can push that rental to market rent.
Okay. What are the average rents right now?
Right now, because it wasn't really cared for, it's at like $400, $450 a month. But they can go up to like around $850 a month. even as high as 1,000 for the bigger bedroom ones because they are a bit bigger units.
Okay, and then do you have experience in this market?
So for rental income, I do not have experience in rental income, but I am more experienced in the renovation aspect of things. It is a bit remote, so that's kind of the bit challenging part, but it's nothing that I don't think I've ever done in terms of renovations. I can still manage renovations. In terms of rental, like the part of the contingency of the operating income is hiring a property manager as well. So then there's that expertise that I'm missing, to which I've carefully introduced and carefully interviewed and done my due diligence on to make sure that they can handle my project as well as all other projects that they have.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was my next question. Who do you have for boots on the ground? And I know there can be there are a lot of nightmare stories. I've dealt with some of them myself with third-party property management companies. So that's definitely something I'd like to hear more about. But yeah, that about covers it. That's some good information, and I'll pass it off to the rest of the guys.
All right, let's get this conversation going. I want to hear from Matt. Matt, how are you doing? What are you thinking in this conversation here?
Yeah, can we I think bring up the one big number slide again? I think we could probably all benefit from just seeing that again. I think there was one. There we go. So I'm just curious in regards to your like after repair value and stuff. Do you have strong comps that to support being able to get your refi values?
Sorry, could you ask your question again?
So, like, do you have strong comparable sales in regards to your estimated refi value?
That's a great question. And since it is a sixplex, it's calculated based on cap rate, which is the NOI. It's not like if it was below sixplex, then it would be considered commercial, which is absolutely would be required a comparable. Given that it is a commercial building, the best any financial institutions or private, banks would look at the NOI, and then obviously dividing that between the cap rate, which I overinflated here.
I guess that would be a different experience than I've had in this space. So they're going to take, like when they do the appraisal, they're going to take into effect comparable sales. They absolutely will. Like the last 150 units I've bought in the last 18 months, like that absolutely comes up on every single appraisal we do.
Absolutely. And there's obviously comparables that are in a better condition, but obviously right now it's not in that condition that would support the 514 after repair value. So right now we are going to be working to bring it to that value, but there are comparables. I just didn't get a chance to put it in my slide because I was so compressed. I wanted to really stress the numbers and show that there was due diligence in the numbers. But yes, there are comparables in that area that have been selling even till today at the $500,000, $600,000 mark.
And then, so have you negotiated vacant possession for these units?
So since this is New Brunswick, you can actually give notice. They don't have the same laws as we do in Ontario in terms of tenancy laws. It's very easy to just either, as long as you give them notice, 90-day notice to increase the rent, or kind of like give them notice to vacate the unit. Like it's really not an issue as much as it is in Ontario. It's very easy to have a rental.
Is there a cap on how much you can raise the rent?
Yes, absolutely. It's based on the neighborhood. And that's kind of where the property manager expertise can lie. It's obviously not going to go up to like the $1,200 range.
Sorry, I meant legally. Is there a cap on how much you can raise it, or can you just double the rents with that 90 days
You're
notice?
not going to get rental, like you're not going to get you're not going to get any tenants. But you know, it's kind of, you can put it any way you want. It's up to you, but you're not going to get the tenants in there. It has to make sense on the area. For this, there would be like a cap for the area for the actual tenants to be attracted.
So just so I understand, is that your discretion that you can force the tenants out or not?
No. We wouldn't be. We can like request to increase the rent should they want to, or we can like give them notice.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find out, like, if they decide that they want the choice of increased rent, is there a legal cap to how much you can increase it?
That is a very good question. I actually didn't look into that, and I don't want to bluff the answer, but definitely it's something that I can look into.
Okay, awesome. I think that's good for me.
Bro, you want to switch colors here or what? All right, I'm going to jump. Steve, hey, good to have you here. Hey, you start really strong here. There's a lot of good stuff here I like about, like, a lot of good details. A couple of questions I have. I want to kind of jump into it if that's cool with you. Right off the bat here, we're talking about the tenants. You know, they're currently at $450 a month. By the way, I'm partnering with people right now on the stream. Carly, who lives in the area, says that area is awful, though. Are you able to get the projected rent? What can you speak to that?
Yes.
What kind of neighborhood is this? A, B, C, D? What are we walking into here? The hood?
So this is kind of in the lower end, and that's why the property was not cared for, because it's not meant for. It's uptown, but not at the bougie side of uptown. Since it is at the lower market rent, like it's around $400 a month, $475. That's the kind of tenants, and it reflects the type of tenants. So it is not the greatest condition.
So are you gonna get $800 tenants moving into this place? Is that the goal? Is that really the upside here based on the cap rate?
Once it's renovated, we can get better tenants as per from the property manager as well as the realtor as well.
Okay. How much of this is pro forma to you? Like you actually believe it's going to happen versus we put it on a spreadsheet and it might happen? Just curious here. Like, do you believe on this pitch?
Yeah, so I actually stress the numbers very highly. This is not something that I just tossed in the numbers of potential. So I did my due diligence in terms of talking to the property manager, because the property manager that I've selected actually has 5 other buildings in that same street. So in that regard, he was able to give me the actual potential rent roll of what it could be after we've renovated the units a little bit, to which that's the amount that I was able to put with a little bit contingency. I put between like $50 or $100 less, right? Mm-hmm. And because of that, we are able to kind of stress the numbers a little bit more, plus vacancy, 5% vacancy. So that gives us a bit of an opportunity for a buffer in the event.
So let me jump back in here. Who do you know in this area? Who's your expert? Because, I mean, obviously, you're not going down there with the sledgehammer to kick hardworking $400 a month people out the door, are you?
No. So
is this your property manager?
So yes, so I spoke to the property manager, and he said that we can raise the rents, and he said that you wouldn't necessarily. It really depends on how the properties were treated. So 4 out of like the 6 units were not treated very well, because the manager on the owner of the building really didn't care for the building. So it's not even just hardworking. It's like they just didn't care because of the kind of condition it was left in. So raising the rents and really giving them better quality, they can decide to stay if that is something that they want, and then we can.
Okay, so let's take a step back here. So raising the rents is symptomatic of the overall deal here. I want to just take a quick step all the way back. You got $186,000 in renovations. I like the pitch. It started off good, but then you lost me at the 186. What are we spending that money on?
Sorry.
Where's the breakdown?
Yeah, of course. So the 100, it's actually 180, but the $6,000 is the closing cost and the refinance later. Those are just contingencies for closing. The 180,000, they are not going to be like used at all. It's just some kind of contingency that I have, but it's going to be.
Hold on. What does that mean though? Contingency? Like I'm cutting you a check for $255 plus 180 grand. Where's the 180 go? Is it your bank account or is it in the deal?
It's obviously going to be in the deal. So it's going to be used to change the because right now it's knob and tube. So obviously that's one thing, and that's going to cost a lot of money. Windows needs to be upgraded. The sidings, the exterior is in bad shape. Like it's very weathered and it's wood right now, but it needs to be upgraded to like aluminum siding or plastic siding or whatnot. And then there's also there's at least 4 out of the 6 units that do need like an upgrade in their kitchen and bathroom. So, and then like flooring throughout, some units still have carpets, so that needs to get ripped up and changed up. So actually also it's not common there to have a fan in their bathrooms. So it's obviously something that you really want to consider putting.
Okay, but sorry, let me jump back here. We're getting into a lot of semantics here. The fan, that's $20. This is $30. We're talking $186,000 here.
No, I'm not talking about a fan. Sorry to interrupt you, Ben. I'm not just talking about installing a fan and putting it there. You do. I'm sure you know this. I
understand what you're saying. My point is very simple. I can see the $255 on the purchase price, but there's actually no data here to show me where the 180 goes. Why not 90? How do we get to 180? Why not 45? Why not 355? Like, I think walking in without having data on what the money is going to be spent opens up the conversation about, like, you know, how experienced are we in putting this deal together? You know, because an experienced investor would walk in and go, this is exactly where the money's going. This is exactly what I'm doing with it. And then I don't have to ask the question. The problem is I have to ask questions I don't like to ask, which is, where's the 180 grand going? And we're talking about bathroom fans.
No, of course. And that was completely something that I had overlooked, and I cannot deny that. It is something that I didn't list. I wanted to list the renovations. I just didn't know how much time I really had. But to be honest with you, I do have a list of renovations that I didn't get a chance to display, but it does include labor and materials. I am looking to completely turn this building around and put it into a good functioning building and getting those quality life for the tenants or any new tenants that is to come. But I do have big plans in terms of really getting that building and, you know, just.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna just switch it around before I got to pass the mic over here. What's the reason this building versus another one? Is it just opportunity in New Brunswick? I mean, you don't live in New Brunswick, right? Or do you like this city? Like, what attracts you to this deal specifically?
So it is because New Brunswick, there's a lot of money in the buy in New Brunswick. And if you do find the right areas in New Brunswick, you can get pretty decent rent rolls. Usually like on the northern part of New Brunswick, like Princess Street, you can, like, there's some buildings there that you can get for like $600,000-$800,000, and you can get rents like $1,000, $1,200. I've seen kind of investors that do have investments in New Brunswick that are renting 3-bedroom apartments for $1,600 a month. It's not out of reach. It's just not in the area, and it's not well developed at the moment. There are potential, and it's not like, and there's also like, it's a bit more looser in terms of like tenants in that area.
So is this about this one deal, or is this about a play to do a lot of deals in New Brunswick? I'm just
absolutely.
curious, like, is this a catalyst?
No, yeah, this is like literally, I want to grow.
The first one.
This is actually my second one.
Your second one. What is your first deal? Just tell me real quick. What happened on your first deal? Were you able to bird that one out?
I love this question because I just closed it today.
Oh, you did? The BRRRR or the purchase?
It's actually just the purchase. So I closed it and I firmed up on it today. It is a triplex. It's not a BRRRR completely, but the reason why I went onto this deal was because there is a vacant lot that has pretty decent zoning on it, in which my investor and I decided that there's potential in the land. So that's what we're planning on doing.
Yeah. Okay. So last question here real quick before I turn it over to Daniel. What's the fair market value of this thing? You bought it for $250. If you did absolutely nothing today and passed it to another investor at $400 a month, what's it actually worth?
This is actually worth, well, as per the taxes right now, it's worth around high 170, 200 probably.
Hold on. So you're using the, are you saying the assessed value? Is that what you're going by?
I'm going by like the tax assessed value.
Yeah, you mean that thing that's like 4 years outdated on the rent roll? That thing? Yeah. I wouldn't use that ever. Like, it's not up in your case yet.
No, absolutely, and that's kind of why I'm saying it is outdated, and it's like showing between 175 to 200,000. So it is outdated, but in terms of the current value, it seems to be on par. Like it seems to be what they're asking for is what the actual value is. It actually went up in terms of bidding to 270, but we negotiated it down to 255 because of how much reno it needs it.
But so you jumped into a hot market that was overbid and everybody's throwing their offers in, then you guys bid down?
So I got it under contract for 270 and we really wiggled it down.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Really appreciate it. I'll throw it back to these guys.
We're going to move it to the final offer stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where, after much due diligence, questioning, and insight, Matt and Ben and Fraser's killing me, and Fraser, we're all going to now deliberate and come with a final offer. Here are the options, ladies and gentlemen. They're either in, they're out, or they're going to give a counter. And so at this point, I'm going to give it right to Matt to start it off. Matt, what is your decision?
Yeah, really appreciate you coming on and pitching us, Eve. I always love getting the chance to look at deals and definitely learned a little bit more about St. John's. I'm going to be out on this deal. There maybe is potential there, but I think comps and just a few other details are really critical to bringing this all together. And I definitely would look into some of the details around the rules in New Brunswick, because just some of my fans were jumping in the YouTube comments and saying that there actually is rent control and no evictions until the year 2022. So if they're correct, that might put a bit of a damper in your plan.
All right, let's move to Ben. Ben, after much deliberation, what do you have to say for this deal?
Eve, thank you for bringing the deal. You know, I like that you're really knowledgeable about this, and I'm sure you're feeling the hot seat right now, but hey, I commend you for stepping up. That's awesome. Here's what I would do. If you can get me 3 comparable sales of what this thing is actually worth, like I know you're buying it for 255, I would come in and fund the entire 255. You and I are not going to do a massive rehab, but instead we're going to throw it back on the MLS to see if we can wholesale it. Whatever we wholesale it for, we'll split the profits, 70% to you, 30% to me. And if that doesn't follow through, then we could talk about further, doing the deal, fixing it up, all the other stuff. But I think you may be doing unnecessary work here beyond reason here. On this one transaction. I think you might be in love with this one particular D-class property, and it may be tougher than you think or take longer than you think to put it together. That's my offer.
All right, so Ben has came with a counter on this one, and now I got to swing it to Fraser. Fraser, the last but not the least, what do you have to say for this deal?
All right, Eve, that was an awesome pitch. It's really good. And like Matt said, I always love learning about different markets in Canada, but there's just too many unknowns here. Like the building looked pretty rough from just the picture that you put up on the exterior. And I love rough buildings. Like I flip houses, I buy apartment blocks, and just running some quick numbers though, like that rental budget, I think could get eaten up pretty quick. If you ran a 40K on exterior, which I don't think is unreasonable, knob and tube wiring really scares me. I've dealt with it before, and it gets extremely expensive, especially when you're maybe misplacing tenants or just moving them to get into the unit because you're probably cutting a lot of gyp rock. And then windows are expensive, say $30,000 for that. And that's not even getting into the roof. I don't know what condition that is in, if it's a flat roof or a pitch roof. But either way, even without the roof, I have a number at about $120,000, which leaves about $50,000 for 6 units, or about $8,000 a unit, which scares me. And I've ran into stuff like this before, and that's my opinion. So I think there's just too many variables in this deal. So I don't think I can do it with you.
No problem.
All right, so Eve, we have an offer on the table. It may not have been what you come to get, but it is an offer nonetheless. And so at this point in time, the floor is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to see from Eve, what do you say to Ben's counter?
So for Ben's counter, thank you so much for your counter, Ben. I am not in love with the building. I am seeing the potential of the building. I do see that my presentation didn't give it a fair shot. So I don't think that it's kind of given it an opportunity. So I think I will have to pass on your deal, because I do think that I could do a better presentation and give it to an investor that is looking to burr a building and really see it turn around and give it its full potential and its full working order by someone who genuinely cares about it, which will be myself and my new investor.
So here's what I'm going to say to that. Ugly buildings plus positive people equals cash opportunities. So I think if we adjust the numbers on this, I love the tenacity that you're willing to move forward with. I think that is by far the best answer you have, is coming back with different numbers, understanding the raw components of like the renovation side of things. But positive people, ugly deals equals money. So I think you'll do great if we button up the numbers. There's probably a deal in the future here somewhere. So appreciate that. Good luck on the deal.
Thank you.
Eve, I absolutely got to say this was a phenomenal discussion. The way that you brought the presentation, you brought your courage, you brought your tenacity. I think there was a lot learned for the audience to take away from. And so before you go, I really want to give you an opportunity to share with everybody watching. How are you feeling and what do you have to say to everybody tonight?
Well, I just want to say to not be afraid to take on any deals. The real estate is very scary. The real estate market is very scary, especially right now. But really, as long as you're an educated investor and you have a team of people and you do your due diligence, you can do anything in the real estate world. And as long as you do what's best for you, and as long as you're making calculated decisions to move forward, you can pretty much go ahead with any deals.
Unless you ask for $160,000 without an explanation. Just throw that in there, real.
Come on, man. That's awesome. Eve, thank you so much. That was awesome. We look forward to seeing the development of your journey as you continue to invest in real estate. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. That's phenomenal. All right, so we're going to bring on the next picture very shortly. Guys, I want to hear in the comments, how did you feel about that pitch? How would you rate it from a scale of 0 to 10? 0, should have never heard it, my ears are bleeding, or 10, oh my gosh, it's the best thing, it's heaven to my ears. Let me hear in the chat where you guys are out about it. But Frazier, we're down 1. We for those who said there would be at least 1 deal in this show, all right, they're still on the hook. But how did you feel about that pitch?
It was a good pitch. She really knew her information, especially at the start. But then when we started digging into the actual operations of it, there was some missing information that I was going to go into the actual, not renovation, but move into the operation part of it. And my experience in C-class areas, the expenses get pretty high. You can go into security for the building, everything from actual security, people checking the perimeter, say every weekend, heavy duty mailboxes, you want special doors on the building, and it all adds up. And then it really chews into your operation income. So.
Yeah, I think it's the whole adage of you don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, yeah. Man, that was it's kind of that meme where you hear online, they had us in the first half. But you never know what happens as you continue to move throughout the game. And so, but I got to say, courage to her to step up to the plate in front of everybody watching tonight to make her pitch. I think there was a lot learned, not just for us who are watching, but for her herself. And so really looking forward to seeing her development as she continues. All right, so I see some of y'all. I see some ratings we got from 5 to 8.5. We got some other kind of numbers here. All right, I like it. All right, let's bring on picture number 2. It's about to go down, and I don't want to waste any time. So let's get right to it. This picture, he was born in Scarborough, Ontario, which is a suburb in Toronto, and he grew up in Pickering, which is just a little further east from there, his whole life. He went to Durham College to be an electrical technician with the goal to use this to get into real estate. Fast forward, Joe purchased and flipped his first property in January of last year, netting himself over 6 figures on the deal. The deal he is pitching would be his second today, but currently has a 4-plex to BRRRR under contract along with a lipstick flip under contract. I got to bring him to you. Come on, Joe. Joe Belcastro. What's going on, Joe? Uh-oh.
Not the Wi-Fi thing again, bro. You can't come to the pitch and yeah, you better get double, hardline Wi-Fi in here. Joe, you ready? Come on, man.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I got a straightforward, clean deal for you guys.
All right, all right.
Straightforward and clean deal. My 3 favorite things, man. I love it. Let's go for it.
I love it. Joe, this is how it's going to go down. We're going to give you time uninterrupted to make your pitch, after which we'll have our lovely gentleman dissect your deal. I hope you're ready because the floor is yours in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so my connection is buggy. Just let me know and I can jump right into the meat and potatoes. But today I'm here looking for capital to fund one of my renovations. My ask is deal specific, but I am here to build a relationship. I'm looking to build a business within the industry. So before I jump into the deal, I just want to paint a picture for my vision and what I'm looking to accomplish. You can jump into slide 1. So Belcastro Homes is my company. Belcastro means beautiful castle, and that's exactly what I'm trying to create. Right now in the market, a lot of people are spending more time at home, whether it be work, business, education, or staycation. So I'm looking to build a product that people can appreciate and enjoy living in. My focus is going to be long-term holds with an active component of flippings just to get income to fund the business. And I'm looking to focus on the Durham region, specifically with Pickering, and also Southwestern Ontario with Chatham and Windsor, with further goals in the next year of entering into the Michigan market. We could jump to slide 4. So here I just put up my PI index. What this is an assessment of my characters and behavior. I don't want to dive into this too much. I don't want to put the audience to sleep. I just want to point out one thing. At the top graph there, you can see that there is a C that's closer to the right side. And what that represents is I'm a persistent individual that will seek goals to the end. At the top of this, you can see that they've labeled me as an individualist who is highly independent, persistent, while remaining results oriented. If you can jump to the next slide. So I just like to reiterate, I like to see tasks through to the end. This is an important attribute of someone who is looking for money, because I will follow the project through to the end, finish the deal, and get you guys back your money. We could jump to slide 6. So this is my background. I've worked in construction here and there with plumbers, drywall, pipe fitters. I went to school to be an electrician. In terms of my background, you heard it with my beginning of the pitch with my background in construction. I currently have 2 more under contract, and let's get into the ask we're here for today. Slide 7. So I'm looking for $300,000 for an 8-month period at a 10% interest rate, interest only payments. I'm able to secure $210,000 of this ask, again, with seconds on 2 of my properties. So we can jump right into slide 8. This is the property I purchased. It's a bungalow in Pickering, in an excellent neighborhood. It's down by the water. Currently, market value is $700,000. I'm going to be converting this into a legal basement apartment within the basement, and I'm going to be taking the roof off and adding a level. This is going to be a 4-bedroom upstairs, 3.5 bath, with a 3-bedroom basement with 2 full baths. And also, I got approved by the city to build an addition to the right of the house, which is going to be a 2-story addition with an enclosed garage. We can jump to number 9. This is just kind of the numbers. I purchased the property for $640, down payment $128, market value of $700, ARV $1.3 million, and the renovation budget is $350,000 with a holding cost of $30,000. If you just go to the next slide, or can we go to slide 11? Sorry. So this is just a breakdown of the renovation budget and the holding costs involved. One thing I would like to point out at the bottom there is a margin of error for $25,000. If we go back to slide 10, this is a flip analyzer. I believe this is Calvert Homes, and this is the exit strategy for the property is to BRRRR it and hold it long term, but there is an option to flip the property also if need be. And another interesting thing about this property is after I refi it, I'm going to be holding on to it, and it's going to allow me to actually exit the rat race and go full time in real estate. If you go down to slide 12. This is just an elevation plan for what it's going to look like. And slide 13. And this is a layout for the future plan as well as the existing upstairs. I was unable to get floor plans for the main floor and basement. And then slide 14 is just some data in Pickering, population growth, some diverse jobs happening here, and vacancy rates are currently 1.7%, and it's a great market to be a part of. So that's the end of my pitch. I hope I've provided enough information for you guys to make a decision.
All right, Joe, you made your pitch. Let's break it down for the audience just so we're all on the same page, like a paragraph. We got the house hack a bungalow that will have a basement conversion as well as an addition to the property where you're going to, make a second floor and do all that nice stuff. Here's the purchase price, $640,000. The ARV is $1.3 million. The fair market is $700,000 with a renovation budget of approximately $350,000 with a holding cost of $30,000, right? And as an alternative, even though you're looking at house hacking, the alternative is you can flip it for a profit within 6 to 8 months time. Is there anything that you wish to add to that summary for everybody to be caught up?
Yeah, I forgot to add, I have a lot of strong comps to support all those numbers.
All right. I'm sure they would love to hear about it, as I would, and maybe you would too, right after this.
We will be right back after these words from Cashflow Tribe.
Tired of that old 9-to-5? Cashflow Tribe's free membership offers access to an online community of over 2,200 active real estate professionals looking to connect with like-minded individuals. Join and participate in weekly live training events that supply you with everything you'll need to stay up to date on the newest investing strategies and tactics. We provide you with the opportunity to joint venture, partner, and collaborate with experienced investors, as well as Canada's most powerful deal analysis calculator. Become a part of Canada's fastest growing community of real estate investors today.
All right, welcome back to Cashflow Tribe. This is the pitch brought to you by Cashflow Tribe, Canada's #1 real estate investing community. Now, before we see if Ben, Matt, or Fraser decides to either pick apart or pick up this deal, we are going to figure out how we can get you to the dugout, because these conversations is only going to get better when we're on Zoom, face-to-face, on video, for free. And so I want y'all to sign up. Check out the link below in the description. We want you to be there. It's an opportunity for us to continue to get this conversation in further detail. All right, so I'm going to swing it right to Matt from the blue corner. You heard Joe's pitch. What do you have to say?
Yeah, so I just want to make sure I'm 100% clear. So you're going to be doing the addition, or like just break down the sequence of events and the timeline and everything there, Joe?
Sorry, it's going to be a 2-phase project. So the first phase is going to be the legal basement apartment, as well as the 2-story addition. And then there's a future-proof plan in the future, no specific time, where I can add equity to this property with the 2-story addition to the right. And
okay, so phase 1 and the 1.3 million, it's just valuing it with the basement apartment?
Basement, as long as with the addition to the 2nd-story level as well.
Okay, but then there's another addition where we're going to build essentially a whole other house? Yes. Gotcha. Okay. And that essentially has nothing to do with the 1.3 million?
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, I'll maybe circle back. I got a better understanding of the deal now.
Come on, let's continue this conversation. Come on, Ben, Fraser, getting in this game.
All right, so I mean, you gave us your horoscope there. That's nice, I like long walks on the beach too, especially if I'm picking up dollars along the way. That's fantastic. You said your name means beautiful castle. Is that right?
Yes.
And what was that? What language? Italian?
Italian, yeah.
Beautiful. I just looked up the definition of humble in my native language, and it means beautiful ROI. And that's the one piece I think I'm missing here. So 10%, it sounds okay here. I mean, it's not a bad deal for somebody who's maybe retired and looking to park their money in something, and forget all about it for the next couple of years. Tell me about the back end. Are you willing to split some equity here? I mean, I like you. You seem like a strong, decent guy and articulate, and you're to the point. Great. What's the back end look like, man?
So the 10%, it is over 8 months. So it would be 15% annually. This deal specifically, I wouldn't want to split equity because it is going to be my personal residence, and I'm going to need the property to secure loans again in the future. But we could go and take a piece of any other deals I collect within the future.
Did you say I could take a piece of every other deal you collect in the future?
Well, we can work out a deal. if we take this one, we can figure out, if you like working with me, then we can maybe do another 5-10 deals and take some equity out of those.
See, Joe, I like this because you're thinking about the long term, the longevity of the humble nation, and we need people like you, people who are willing to give me a piece of everything they do in perpetuity. No, that's not a bad deal. So 15% is what you're offering. And give me an example of another deal. What would that look like here on the equity side? Because 15%, it's enough to put gas in the car for a day. But, I'd like to eat steak too sometimes.
I have another property I just picked up in Coburg. If you were able to fund the deal 100%, I would split profits with you 50-50.
How much is that deal? What's the purchase price?
$420.
$420. Okay.
Yeah. Renovation is $40,000. It's a lipstick flip, and
40. Okay.
ARV is going to be in the $550 to $600 range.
Okay. All right. So you got $100,000 there, and then what would you split profits on that deal for? What are you looking at?
So I'm here looking funds for the Pickering deal. So if we were able to put a condition on that deal, I would be able to split 50-50 on the next deal.
Okay. All right. There you go. We can get back to the horoscope. Okay, that's all the questions I got for now, man. By the way, I love that you would bring that out there. The better I know you, and if I like you and I know you, the more likely we'll do a deal. I thought that was a solid move.
We're seeing some action here. I want to get Frazier in this game. Frazier, what are you thinking? I see you deliberating. What do you think you're doing on this deal? What are your thoughts?
I just have a couple questions. It's a great pitch. Your confidence is awesome. You know your stuff. I do want to get to know you a little bit better. What kind of deals have you done like this before?
So this is my second deal. My first deal was in Curtis, Ontario. It was a duplex conversion from a single family home. This is going to be my second deal. I'm working with a contractor and a property manager on this, and my background is in construction as well. So I'm able to oversee the properties around the corner from my house, so I will be involved in making sure everything goes efficiently.
Okay, did you burr that first deal, or do you have any experience with anything like that?
The plan was to burr the first deal, but the market over here was crazy, so I decided to pivot and capitalize and take my profit just aligned with my goals to fund further deals. But the original plan would have been to burr that deal.
Okay, and then do you have any? So about the city permit, you said that's all approved. For adding the second level, adding the addition. Do you have any approvals on that yet?
Yeah, adding the addition and basement apartment is allowable in the city. There's going to be no issues with that. I went to the committee adjustments to get variances for the future plan, and that was also approved. But we're just working on drawings to submit to get our permits. But there will be no issue with acquiring permits for what I'm trying to do.
Okay. And then, I think that's all my questions for right now. It's interesting though what you're doing, and then it's cool that are you going to go down into the Michigan market eventually? You said.
Yeah, my plan is to enter into Michigan within the year. I'd like to build a U.S. portfolio, and that's going to be my bridge to states.
Whereabouts?
I'm looking within Detroit, but also I want to hedge that with some safer neighborhoods too, just outside of Detroit and some suburbs of Michigan.
That's awesome. I was out there 2 years ago checking out some properties, so we'll have to connect on that too.
Sweet, sounds good.
Yeah, that's all I have for now.
Everybody's trying to connect, man. I want to know if we're making money, all right? Forget Michigan. Tell me about that other deal, bro. That other deal you said you got $100,000 in it. That's what you're gonna make. You're gonna split that 50-50 plus all the other deals you're doing. How many deals are you gonna do in the next 6 months, Joe?
In the next 6 months, I'm going to be focusing on the deals that I have right now. If something comes up, I am actively looking. In the past 3 months, I've picked up 3 properties. So if I can keep that same rhythm, maybe I will look to acquire another 3 over the next 3 months as well.
I like it. How long have you been in the trades for? You said you got construction experience.
So I've just helped out throughout my life working, helping out friends and businesses. And so a couple years working in construction. Going to school and working in the background, yeah.
I love it. So more than likely you'll need money for those other one per month deals that you're going to do probably. You did 3 in 3 months. You'll do 6 in 6 months. Will you be looking for a financier on that as well?
Yes, I am looking to build a relationship where I can be the boots on the ground, getting the deals done, and you just collect the mailbox money.
And what are you looking for on those deals? Like long-term 50-50 or a different kind of spread?
Yeah, I'm not greedy when it comes to profit. If we're both making money, I got no problem with it. 50-50 for next couple deals.
You're saying all the right things, man. I like you. I'll tell you what I want to do. I want a piece of Joe. I want a piece of the beautiful castle. You don't have a castle yet. Maybe I can get a castle in the future. So here's what I'd like to do. For the next 6 deals, I'd like to work together with you. And I don't need 50. Give me 30. You keep 70. All right. I want a long-term relationship because I like that you led with that. So would you be willing to throw that in here for the next 6 deals?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I am here for the Pickering property. So if we can make that conditional upon that deal, that you want a piece of the next 6 deals, I have no issue with that whatsoever.
I like it. Okay. That's all the questions I have.
All right. So before we move to the final offer, I just got to give Matt his proper due respect. Do you have the wish to make an offer, or sorry, excuse me, do you have any questions or any other due diligence that you wish to put to this conversation?
No, I think I'm good. Thanks, Daniel.
All right. With that said, we are moving to the final stage. All right. This is the time where, even though there's been a lot of communication, a lot of action, this is where we're going to see is the money where the mouth is. And so at this point in time, I'm going to move to Frazier. Frazier, I want to give you the opportunity first. Do you have an offer? Do you have an offer? Are you in or are you out?
All right. So it was an awesome pitch. You know everything, or you have a good idea about what you're talking about. Lots of confidence. Very good. But for $1 million at 10% interest, I don't think that's for me. I can turn that around a lot quicker and get a higher return on that money, essentially. So I don't think this one's the right one for me, but maybe in the future.
All right. Maybe there's something down the line in the Michigan, but we'll have to wait and see. But we're going to move it to Ben. Ben, this is your time. Do you have an offer? Do you have a counter? Are you in or are you out?
Okay, so first of all, it's $460,000 at 15%, right? That's what you're saying, Joe?
It was $300,000 for 8 months at 10%.
Okay, cool. I love that deal. That's cool. I'm gonna offer you that deal. No, Frazier, you're out, bro. No, you got $1 million on the table. I'm doing this one. So I'll do that deal for you at the 10%, and you said that's gonna rally up into about 15%. Is that right?
If you were to hold it annually, it would be equivalent to a 15% return.
I follow you. So why don't I just do that for 15% per annum? You pay it off anytime, no fees, no issues, no whatever. And then we're going to lock in that next deal. When does that next deal close?
May 26th.
May 26th. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it's good. May 26th. Okay, we'll do that deal together. I'll fund the purchase price. We'll split profits like we just talked about, 50-50. And we'll look at doing 6 more deals together. That's my offer, brother.
All right. So we got one offer on the table. Well, I got to give it to the blue corner. Matt McKeever, do you have an offer, a counter? Are you in or are you out?
Yeah, really appreciate you jumping on the pitch and pitching us, Joe. There's definitely something there in your market. I think Ben's offer is pretty solid, so I'm probably not going to really beat it by much. So I think probably should jump on that.
That was my favorite thing you said all day. I love you, Matt McKeever. I will confess my love to you on public television. Thank you. Amazing. I love it. Joe, do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
Okay, done. Thank you.
Done.
Boom.
Deal.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have a deal done tonight. For those who said there would be one, you are the one because you got the W tonight. Shouts out to Joe. Beautiful castle. And Ben, let's get ready to humble because a deal is done. Joe, I want to give you the time to shine. What do you have to say to the audience as a result?
I'd say, yeah, you guys are worth it and you should get on the pitch and pitch your deals. You're never going to know until you ask. So sign up and get out on your.
Make the ask. The answer may be no, but it also could be yes. And so congrats to you. We're looking forward to seeing the development of this deal and future deals as we see this partnership develop. All the best to you, Joe. We appreciate you. You take care, and I'll catch you on the other side. All right, y'all. This is the pitch. This is what the pitch is all about. This is where you step up to the mound, you make your pitch, and you'll see which investor will swing at it. And we will understand in more depth
what was going on behind the scenes with Frazier, with Matt, even with Ben in the dugout. So I highly recommend check the link in the description. Check us out in the dugout because we're about to move there. But before we do, I want to just get a little bit of feedback from everybody. Frazier, how are you feeling as a result? You saw 2 deals come and go. How did you feel tonight?
Good. This is it's an awesome show that you guys put on, and you're giving a lot of people a lot of opportunity that they probably normally wouldn't have had. So it's it's just a good thing that you guys are putting together here.
Here's an interesting question. If there's one thing that could change about the deal, what would it be, and would that sway your decision on going on a deal?
The apartment one I'd be interested in, but it's just, like I said, that's the one I would lean more towards. But there's just too many variables on it. I like to know who's on the ground and really be more involved, I guess.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm going to turn it to the blue corner. I know, Matt, you had a lot going on in your mind and you decided to be out on both deals. Before we go to the dugout, maybe high level talk to us. What is something that you really found that was a big red flag for you, if any?
I think it's always going to come down to knowing your numbers, right? So a lack of comparables, or even telling us you've got strong comparables is great, but I think a picture really is worth 1,000 words. So I'd really encourage people, one slide with a couple photos and a price tag can really help us just visualize the apples to apples nature of your comp, if it actually is that way. So that'd be my strongest recommendation.
Comps, data, pictures over words, even though pictures tell 1,000 words, you heard. All right, and so, Ben, I need to hear from you in the red corner. You had snatched up a deal tonight that I don't know what the streak is in terms of the amount of episodes where you are striking up deals, but talk to us tonight. How are you feeling? What are you looking forward to?
I'm feeling good, Daniel. I'm glad I could put a deal together. You know, I thought both of the pitchers tonight, they brought some interesting perspective. I love the positive attitude. I love the clarity. Obviously, guys, the quicker you get to the numbers, the more clear you can be. I think it's really valuable for people at home to know that this is a skill and it can be learned. Conversation is one of the most valuable things that you can develop, being able to have dialogue, being able to connect. And in light of my decision to fund this deal, I've written another poem here today. Before I recite my poem, I'd like to say that I'm giving out $300 cash tonight, $100 to Vince Traina, $100 to Andrew Patrick, and $100 to Amanda Schultz for sharing the stream. Appreciate you. And this is my pledge, my love, my appreciation. Here's my poem. I love money because I grew up poor. I now also love McKeever because he got out of my way and helped me make some more. So that's my poem. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Fantastic show.
Matt, I got to hear, what would you rate that poem at a scale from 1 to 10? Give it to us real quick.
I'm not in the game of rating poems.
Oh, he pleads the fifth. I see what you did there.
It's a 12, man. That is a 12. You'll put that on the wall. I know what to get you for Christmas now.
That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe. Let's continue this conversation in the dugout. The link is in the description. I look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, I want to thank the judges. Frazier, thank you so much for blessing us with your virtual presence, for coming on, giving us the counsel, giving us the insight all the way from Saskatchewan. Ben and Matt, as always, bringing the presence. I want to thank the audience, and I also want to thank Peter, the producer. Until next time, it's Daniel Blagrove with The Pitch. Take care. Talk soon.
What are you guys doing here still? There's still 53 of you hanging out here after the show. Why don't you come hang out in the dugout? Right now, we're hanging out with Frazier, Matt, and Ben, and we have Eve and Joe. And if you guys saw there, one deal went down and one deal didn't go down. So if you want to hear the conversations that are going on after the pitch, they're diving deep. Last couple dugouts that we hosted there were deals going down in the dugout at the end of the show. So this is your guys' opportunity to have a seat at the table, to hear the discussions that go on after the initial pitches are made. Who knows? Maybe some renegotiations are going to go on. Maybe some more deals will come out, but you'll only know if you're hanging out with us in the dugout. So join myself, Peter the producer, join Daniel, Matt, Ben, Frazier, our guest investor for this week, as well as Eve and Joe in the dugout right now. All you guys have to do is be a free Cashflow Tribe member. So check out the link in the description box below. I still don't know why there's 55 of you watching right now and who are not in the dugout. So come hang out with us in the dugout. We're hanging out. We're getting it down and discussing what goes on after these deals. So come join us in the dugout. Really appreciate everyone for being here for another epic episode, another epic week of the pitch. These deals are absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for being here. Peter, the producer, hanging out in the dugout. Come hang out with us. Get your membership to Cashflow Tribe by visiting the link in the description box below. And if you guys are interested, if you think you have what it takes to pitch your deal live on the show, check out the link in the description box below as well too, because there's a form down there that you can fill out with your opportunity to be on the show. So we'll see you guys next week. Peter, the producer, hanging out in the dugout. I don't know why there's 55 of you. Like, more people are joining right now. This is the end of the show. Come hang out in the dugout, guys. We'll see you next week.